Kal Halal Yahweh Bashim Yoshai Bashim Kal Kodash Barakatha Yahweh Barakatha Yahweh Shai Shalom. Double odds that El GMS greatness Tom Shalom. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee, for in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy upon thee. It's talking about the Israelites. And Yahushua comes back and delivers the elect. In the kingdom, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. Now, the so-called Jewish people, 1948 or small hats, they don't fulfill this prophecy. The scriptures don't lie, so they don't fulfill the prophecy. That happened with them 1948ers, the Jewish people. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. The so-called small hats don't fulfill prophecy, which lets you know they're not the chosen people. They're not the true Israelites. Israel, then I got an I. Declaration of Independence, May 14th, 1948. The Jewish people, but put a J at the beginning. The J's. Verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, yea, those nations shall utterly be wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of thy feet, it's not here, of my feet glorious. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. See that happening with the Jays over there, them 1948ers? Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellence, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt suck the milk of the Gentiles, thou shalt suck the breasts of kings, the wealth. And thou shalt know that I, Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood, brass, and for stones, iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation, and thy gates praise. All right. After Israel declared its independence on May 14, 1948, the fighting intensified with other Arab forces, and it goes down. So war started. They're not the people. Verse 18, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, or within verse 18. It was violence. 1948. They called themselves, when Israel declared itself independence, there was war, there was violence. Wasting no destruction within thy border, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation, thy gates praise. They ain't the people, they didn't fulfill that prophecy. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt again with ships, transatlantic slave trade, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and then that ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And no man shall buy you, no man shall redeem you. Qanah, if you went to the Hebrew. Not no man's going to buy you on no auction block. You're not going to be brought out of slavery. That happened with them so-called Jewish people, the Jays. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let him go, to let them go. So the children of Israel, the northern kingdom, you know, you ask a so-called Jewish person, what tribe you from? Don't they just say they're Judah? What about all the other tribes? There's 12 tribes of Israel. It's not just Judah. There's 12 tribes. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. The children of Judah and the children of Israel were oppressed together in America. The so-called, yeah, Hosea chapter, I'm pronouncing it right, could be Hosea, chapter 13, verse 16. Samaria, the northern kingdom, shall become desolate, for she hath rebelled against her God. They shall fall by the sword, their infants shall be dashed in pieces, and their women with child shall be ripped up. Alright, this is time. Hispaniola. The date was September 12, 1504. The speaker was Christopher Columbus, and the occasion was his fourth and final departure from the island he discovered in 1492. Columbus named it La Isla Lola, how you pronounce it, because it reminded him of Spain. We're not Spanish. The Israelites that call themselves Spanish, we're not Spanish, we're Israelites. 12 tribes chart. We originally spoke Paleo-Hebrew. Simeon, Dominicans, Zebulun, Guatemalans to Panamanians, Ephraim, Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, Cubans, Gad, North American Indians, Reuben, Seminole Indians, Naphtali, the Argentinian to Chileans. Could be pronouncing that wrong, Chileans. Asher, Colombians to Uruguayans. How do you pronounce it? Issachar, Mexicans. Simeon, Dominicans. Southern tribe, Judah is Negroes, Benjamin, West Indians, Levi, Haitians. You got a speckled bud. You got Israelites that will look like other nations. We were scattered. The Israelites were scattered all throughout the world. There's Israelites mixed in amongst the other nations that will look like other nations, but they're Israelites. They go back to Israelite by blood. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So we're not Spanish. We're Israelites. It was Christopher Columbus, and the occasion was his fourth and final departure from the island. He discovered in 1492. Columbus named it La Isla Hispaniola because it reminded him of Spain from the Spaniards and French who followed him for the Indians they slaughtered. The Native Americans, who were called Indians, are the Northern Kingdom. They're Israelites. You can read about that in 2nd Esdras. For the Negro slaves they imported, and for anyone within a bullet's range last week, Hispaniola was more like hell on earth. Hellic is addition or the grave. Hispaniola was more like hell and condition on earth than the warm, jasmine-scented paradise it might be. Last week marked the third time in 50 years that the U.S. troops have been forced to intervene in the affairs of the forlorn, hate-filled little Caribbean island. Whenever this magazine was done. The Washington Post and Hispaniola, what is now Haiti and Dominican Republic, Columbus encountered the Lucayans' cousins, the Taino, the Northern Kingdom. The Lucayan were a branch of the much larger Taino who were part of the Arawak language group. Historians disagree on how many Taino lived on Hispaniola at the time, with estimates ranging from 60,000 to 8 million. One contemporaneous account from Bartolomé de las Casas claimed there were 3 million. More about Las Casas shortly. This picture right here. This engraving by Horst van Wiegman, how you pronounce it, and Theodore de Brea depicts the atrocities committed by Spanish explorers on the indigenous people of the Caribbean, described by Bartolomé de las Casas, Peace Palace, Liberty Peace Palace Library, the Netherlands. This is from yeah. It is worth quoting him at length. This excerpt is very graphic. They, Spanish explorers, Edomites, forced their way into native settlements, slaughtering everyone they found there. Hosea chapter 13, verse 16. Samaria shall become desolate. Samaria, northern kingdom. For she hath rebelled against her God. They shall fall by the sword. Their infants shall be dashed in pieces, and their women with child shall be ripped up. Slaughtering everyone they found there, including small children, old men, pregnant women, and even women who had just given birth. They hacked them to pieces, slicing open their bellies with their swords, as though they were so many sheep herded into a pen. They even laid wagers on whether they could slice a man in two at a stroke, or cut an individual's head from his body, or disembowel him with a single blow of their axes. Alright, if you don't know what disembowel means, so for I know of it, cut open and remove the internal organs of. So they probably took their axes, sliced the man's stomach, tried and open it up so all their intestines would fall out. That's probably that's what it looks like they were trying to do. Or disembowel him with a single blow of their axes, because the stomach is ripped open, so everything's gonna fall out. They grabbed suckling infants by the feet and, ripping them from their mother's breast, dashed them headlong against the rocks. Their infants shall be dashed in pieces. They grabbed suckling infants by the feet and, ripping them from their mother's breast, dashed them headlong against the rocks, others laughing and joking, all the while threw them over their shoulders, shouting, "Wriggle, you little perisher." When Las Casas wrote this in 1542, there were only 200 Taínos left on Hispaniola. The prophecies were fulfilled, still being fulfilled. Across the Caribbean, he claimed the Spanish were responsible for the deaths of 12 to 15 million indigenous people. And these Spanish are not Israelites. We are not Spanish Israelites. These Spanish were Edomites that did this. Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. Go to verse 5. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to God. We didn't sacrifice unto the Most High. You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not unto God. You did not sacrifice unto the Most High. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have ruled Jerusalem that nursed you. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. They hacked them to pieces, slicing open their bellies with the swords. Alright, old men, pregnant women, and even women who had just given birth. They hacked them to pieces, slicing open their bellies with their sword. They shall fall by the sword. Their infants shall be dashed in pieces, and their women with child shall be ripped up. Samaria, northern kingdom. Taíno, northern kingdom. What's happened to the northern kingdom? The Israelites really do fit the Casas. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. When the northern kingdom came to the Americas. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. When the northern kingdom came to the western side of the world. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. The name of the Most High is Yahweh, and the name of his Son is Yahushai. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Asareth. The Native Americans are Israelites. Native Americans are the Northern Kingdom. I was saying earlier, you can read about that in 2nd Esdras. Here it is, 2nd Esdras, chapter 13. We truly do fit the prophecies. And by we, I mean the Israelites truly do fit the prophecies. The so-called Jewish people, the Jays, the small hats, the 1948ers, do not fit prophecy as the children of Israel. They do not fit the prophecies that would make them the children of Israel, I should say. So the prophecies that would show you are the children of Israel, the 1948ers, the Jays, do not fit those prophecies. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6, For I am Yahweh, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Prophecies, the scriptures ain't gonna lie, they ain't gonna change. Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9, My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. I was talking about speckled birds. So, Isaiah chapter 16, verse 4, Let mine outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Moab, Chinese. Moab are the Chinese. Be thou a covert to them from the face of the spoiler, for the extortioner is at an end. The spoiler ceaseth, the oppressors are consumed out of the land. You have speckled blood Israelites that will look like the other nations, but are Israelites. They go back to Israelites by blood. Israel, the Israelites, are scattered throughout the entire world. Some will look Chinese, some will look Japanese, some will look like so-called white people, Edomites, but they will be Israelites by blood. From the face of the spoiler, Esau. For the extortioner, Esau is at an end. The spoiler ceaseth, the oppressors are consumed out of the land. So the Israelites were hid amongst the so-called Chinese. Just because that man over there or woman look Chinese doesn't mean they're Chinese. They could very well be an Israelite. The brothers believe Bruce Lee was an Israelite. Bruce Lee was also he won a dancing competition as well. All right, with that, shalom. Kahalal Yahweh Bashem Yoshai Bashem Bakakodash Barakatha Yahweh Barakatha Yahweh Shai Shalom. Double honors to the elders of GMS Great Millstone Shalom.